Hi everyone, lovely to see you again. Thanks ever so much for making time for us. Very excited to find out which artwork from the National Gallery collection you have selected to be the guest artwork for this third conference session. So can't wait to hear which one it is. You had a short list from the National Gallery. And also to hear about why you think it speaks to you about your values. So can't wait for that, but do you want to introduce yourselves to our conference audience?
Hello, I'm Amelia. I'm Holly. I'm William. I'm Theo.
And my name's Melanie Tong. I'm the arts lead here at Palm Bay Primary School. I've worked with these children as young arts leaders since they were in year 2. They're now in year 6. So they've almost finished their school journey. And while the duration of their time as young arts leaders, they have taken part in different projects with the Turner Contemporary Gallery, lots of those projects, but also within school. So leading workshops for other children in school, directing younger children to take part in activities and all sorts of other things, but a lot of talking about art and thinking about art. Okay, could you tell the conference about what 3 paintings made your short list and why?
So the first one we had in our shortlist was this one, which I think is called Morning, and we chose it because we kind of thought that we couldn't really live without nature, and we thought it had a real sense of hope. Yeah.
And then William?
Then we thought about this one, which I cannot remember, but
the
Good Samaritan.
So Good Samaritan, yes, thank you.
The reason why we liked it is because it showed us people as friends or community or and this one kind of was similar to this other one called Two Friends. They showed a connection by like friendship, caring for other people, and the value that friends can have upon your journeys.
In the end, we chose this one because it showed a lot of friendship and care, and the way that the woman looks like she's caring for the man or woman with the blanket. It resembles community, love, and friendship.
Especially with this past year of where you couldn't see your loved ones and friends, with like this sense was very.
Well, why did you choose that value as being the most important? What value are we actually taking mostly from this image? Are we talking about community, love, care, or friendship, do you think?
Love.
Love?
Yeah.
Okay. So why was love the most important value for you this year, Amelia?
It was very because of the pandemic, where you couldn't see your loved ones and where it was very hard, and especially with you had to stay by yourself, and it was relatable on different levels. You could have care for your friends and grandparents and children, but then the more important thing is to be cared and also to care for others.
Oh, that's lovely. So it works in both directions. You did notice something about some similarities between the 2 paintings. Holly, would you like to?
We noticed that the positioning of the sort of carer and the caree, because they both are the carer is sort of like wrapping their arms around them, like help them. To help them sort of like in this one it looks like he's helping him stand up, and then the other one it looks like they're caring for like a sickness.
Great. So your final chosen painting, The Two Friends by Toulouse-Lautrec. Tell us about why that appealed to you. What other reasons were there why that image particularly appealed to you as your final image to represent love, care and friendship?
It shows how people can care for other people, and it you can feel the warmth in the paintings. How maybe they might be really, really good friends, or one of them's just lost somebody they love, and it kind of shows that in the colours of the painting, like with the bright pinks and the reds and all the other colours. All the bright colours. It shows warmth.
Mm.
And yes.
I agree. What about the posture of the people in the painting? You told me about that, and that's why we selected it. We've made reference to the fact that it's similar to the Good Samaritan painting. Tell me more about that.
It's more similar in the way that people can care for each other, and then, as you said, they are in the same body. Same body language. How they're. I don't know how to say this, but
They're sort of wrapping them, because on the two friends, they're one of them is wrapped around with a blanket, and on the other one, it looks like he's wrapping him around with his arms to help him up.
Yeah, I think so. Holly, can you tell us about the mark making in the paintings, the painting that you chose in particular?
The painting that we chose, it kind of looks rushed, but still very detailed, like with the hand wrapped around the person being cared for.
What sort of marks are they?
They're like quite squiggly lines.
Mm.
And
are they bold, brash marks, or?
No, they're sort of like warming colours and quite faint marks.
Okay.
You can show love not just in words, you can also show it in body language, as we all said, and continue with Holly's point where it's a bit sketched and it makes it just feel a bit more realistic. If you just take the two people out, you can still feel the love that it senses.
And you didn't realise at first, but they are potentially two women in the picture. So what sort of relationship, what did that make you think? Did that make you think differently about it? Or is love still your first response? You know, that's still the value that painting represents for you?
Yes.
You tell me more about that.
Because you don't you can love who you want, and it doesn't matter as long as you're happy, and it's just the way that you care for someone. Remember at the end of the day that you are loved, and you don't have to be someone else anymore.
Yeah.
And also, once you get older, you want to have friends, because it would be quite a lonely life without them. Friends are quite a big thing in your life.
Mm-hmm.
It's quite easy to make friends when you're younger, when you're a child, but when you're adult, and it's not as easy as it was.
No,
before.
I think that's a really important point. I think when you're at school, particularly primary school as well, there's a lot of emphasis on caring for each other, being friendly. We have a lot of lessons about that, don't we? And it's very much part of your everyday lives. You're reminded almost how to be friendly, how to show care. We don't necessarily call it love, but it is a form of love, isn't it? Friendship. And I think you've hit on a really interesting point there, William, that adults need to be reminded perhaps sometimes of that you know, those sort of values need to be kept. Can you say anything more about that? Is the importance of
it's important to have friends for if you're unwell or you're sad or anything. Friends can be there to help you or to care for you, but if you wouldn't have any friends, that would be just quite a hard life and quite a sad life.
I'm thinking about the kind of the reference that Amelia made at the beginning, like for example, the NHS at the moment, and people being sick and being cared for. Is that love? Is that friendship? Is that care? Is it faith? Is it all of those things? Some of those things? What do you think?
It would be like care, because most of the time, most doctors or nurses don't know who they're working with, but all they know is to help them, keep them alive, or
Yeah. So without that value, would they be able to do that job?
No, so it is really valuable and special to us because of where people have a caring family, and also you sometimes rely on it too much. But then, as you think about it more, you feel more grateful, especially with that past year with the NHS. They're amazing.
Does the painting give us a message then for the adults at the conference?
Yes, they do. It says,
It's okay. And Holly, do you think, what message would you share, sort of?
That you need to be thankful for the things that you have.
Yeah, absolutely. Which include
like friendship and community.
Yeah.
Take a day at its time and live life as you want.
Yeah.
Don't forget what you already have.
I would say all of those things are pretty important to tell the adults and share with the adults at the conference.
Mm.
Thank you so much for gifting us this wonderful work, because we're all going to go away and have a good think about the things you've said and what it means to us as well. So it's just a brilliant way to start the conversation for this third session. And we're really grateful to you for giving it such care and thought yourselves. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, Michelle.
Thank you.
Bye.